Hi, and welcome to episode 8, where we pick up where we left off last week and talk all about Disney's California adventure. Stay tuned. Hi, welcome to the continuing adventures of Two Gray Mice. I'm Meg.
And I'm Rob.
And we are Two Gray Mice. Hello, my love.
Hi, sweetie.
Must be the afternoon when I lose my voice. Welcome back to our Disneyland Resort wrap-up. When we last left, we were on our way over to DCA, or Disney's California Adventure. It is the park directly across the walkway from the Disneyland park. It has gone through many different modifications since it first appeared. I want to say it's been around for at least 20 years, but I'm not completely sure. First came out, it was very much California orientated. They've been slowly making it more IP, adding Marvel Land, Pixar Pier, Cars Land, because nobody in California wanted to go to a theme park after California. They were already there. They didn't need one. That confused Rob completely.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all.
Well, yeah. When you could go to Monterey Pier itself, why go to a theme park with Monterey Pier in it?
Because there's attractions and rides.
True, but
fun theming.
Yeah, but it didn't quite work. So anyway, when you first enter DCA, it's Hollywood, correct?
Yep. Very similar to walking into Disney Studios in Orlando. You get that same feel, with the exception of the red trolley. A lovely addition, which I think they're actually discontinuing.
We actually rode it the last day it was operating.
Yeah. Which is a shame because it's fun. Electrically powered trolley that basically takes you on a short tour around the initial area of the park. Let you get off stop to stop if you wish. And it was fun. It was charming. But that whole Buena Vista Street as you come into the park, very Art Deco feel, lots of nooks and crannies. I loved the windows.
Oh, yeah.
The windows were great. So even if it wasn't a functional store, the windows were still done up like it was. But then in some of them, there was that one treats store. So they had the storefront, but then like the next storefront over, when you looked in through the windows, there were all the bakers making all the treats. Very cool. They're making them.
Right. Right there in front of you. And wasn't there one that had a train in it?
There was one that had a little train in it.
It was like going through like Sugar Mountains and stuff.
Yeah. That was kind of cool. Really, really neat stuff. And it kind of sets you up for a wonderful day of wandering through the park. I was amazed at how much stuff there was to do in DCA, and the level of some of the areas, the theming in some of the areas is phenomenal, fantastic.
I mean, the theming through Buena Vista Street, and then when you go down the main boulevard, which is all the Art Deco, like Rob said, and then it ends in this awesome forced perspective buildings to pictures painting at the end of the street that just makes it seem to go forever. Absolutely, it's really kind of cool.
Yeah, that part of the park, as you come in, is sort of done up as if it were a backlot. Studio kind of set up. Very, very well done.
Very well done.
Very well done.
And that's the first ride we went on was actually in that area, which was Monsters Inc. But it's not called that, is it? It's like Mike and Sully's Great Adventure or something along these lines.
Which is very cool.
Yeah.
Fun ride.
And it, just kind of takes you through the taxi, kind of takes you through the main gist of the movie. What I loved was the door room.
Yeah, the door room was incredibly cool.
With all the, the doors overhead and I can't remember the bad guy's name that looks like a salamander. It was just really quite fascinating. Unfortunately, we're losing Mike and Sully's.
Yeah.
Because they're going ahead, they're doing a lot of changes through DCA. They're increasing the Marvel footprint, which is why we're losing Redline. We're getting Avatar Way of Water and something else. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but we're going to concentrate on what was there and what we did and saw.
Yeah. The Avengers campus, very neat, very interesting. Test kitchens over there. there were lots of fun and interesting nibbles and noshes and drinks. And it was, it was kind of themed, I guess, to the general masses, not just to the kids, but Avengers fans of all ages.
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man was out there doing a meet and greet.
Well, we saw the Wakanda Warriors.
Yeah, the Wakanda Warriors. And that was a neat little parade and a neat little show. A couple of superheroes on the buildings and good sound reinforcement. So it kind of sounded like they were really, like talking to you. It was cool. It was cool.
Yeah. Really nice. They rethemed Hollywood Tower of Terror to Guardians. I don't see the thrill in dropping several stories and then being pushed back to the top and dropping several stories.
Right. So just want to add right here that she's more of a coaster fan than I am. I've been kind of interested in going on the Tower of Terror and the one there at DCA that's themed for Guardians, but Meg can't do those 60, 70 foot drops.
I keep because he does the coasters for me, and I keep saying this year I'm going to do it. This time I'm going to get on there for him.
No,
and I panic.
No, but you never know. December's coming up. May get another crack at it.
Maybe get one more time for these.
But again, what I really liked about this particular park, there's lots of eye candy and there's lots of nooks and crannies. And even though it was moderately crowded the day we were there were places where you could sort of like get off the beaten path and chill. I found that, refreshing.
Yeah. I would say our favorite area, I know Rob's favorite area of DCA was Cars Land.
Oh my God.
And I was looking forward to just taking him through it. And I think I purposely walked in front of you enough steps that I could look behind me to see your face as you walked in.
Yeah.
And it's a slow reveal. Because
it really truly is. I mean, and when you walk in, there's a photo stand immediately on your right-hand side. There's a kiddie ride to your left. You come in a little ways, and there's another kiddie attraction to the right. And you say to yourself, "Oh, this is like a kid's land." And then as you begin to walk down the street and you begin to take it all in, you're like, "Oh wow, I'm in the movie." And that's the thing that really got me. The theming was over the top, just fantastic. And so we had read going in, we had seen a couple of videos that you really wanted to be there at dusk when all the lights began to come on. I thought it was just all going to go boop, like the lights of the entire area.
Right.
No. They had to do it theatrically. They had to turn this building on and then that series of lights on and then this building on. And it just kept progressing and progressing.
It went with the song.
It was fantastic.
It's called Shaboop. You have to be there for Shaboop because I can't sing, so I will not hurt your ears. But as the song goes, beginning, the beat is how the lights are coming on. Shaboop, Shaboop.
All the cast members get out
and they're singing
in the intersection, and they're singing, and
half the audience is singing because they're
a crowd forms, good vibes everywhere, really, really fantastic. But the ride, ride was so much fun.
As I think I said earlier, the only lightning lane we purchased was for Radiator Springs Racers, so we got on that relatively quickly.
Yeah, I think the wait. Even that
was
day
like
was
20 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
The queue was interesting. It's not
it's
over
not
the top.
It's not over the top,
but it is themed. You're going through the desert.
Right, you're really getting a flavor of the mountains and the color, but the ride itself. So it's a track ride similar to Test Track, similar ride vehicle, 4 people to a vehicle, right? It was 4.
6.
Oh, 6. So it is the exact same.
Yeah.
So 6 people to a vehicle. And you go through this whole prep process before you actually get out there to race.
Because you're also, unlike Test Track, you're right next to another car. Who's going through the same prep process with you.
It was an awful lot of fun. So there's like this little competition between cars on each race. Not that it matters, but I found the sound reinforcement throughout the ride just as invigorating as I found Haggard's Motorcycle Adventure the first time we did it at Universal. Did an excellent job with the theming, the overall theming, the effects. The ride does take a couple of sudden dips and a couple of sudden turns, and you're really moving it at a couple of points during the ride.
Oh, yeah. That last bend is like test track. You're going 60.
Yeah. But in terms of, my favorite area of the park, it was a pretty close toss up between that and San Fran Tokyo. Is that
San Fran Toast? Yep.
San Fran Tokyo?
Yeah. That's how you say it.
That area was also very, very well themed, and I thought just more than I expected. Let's put it that way.
Right. In Cars Land, there are cars. So at some point, Mater's out there to meet.
Yeah, that was a cool thing. Meet and greet with an automated automobile.
Yeah, because you meet and greet Mater, Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, and so I don't know too much about those particular vehicles, but there was always a handler, a cast member with the vehicle, but it really seemed to me like the vehicles were interacting with the folks who were coming up for the meet and greet as if there were cameras and, the operator of the vehicle was able to respond, because I really thought that there was somebody inside those vehicles.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I mean, because the handler didn't have a remote control in his
controller
hand.
Or anything.
So I think there's somebody very uncomfortably in that motorized vehicle.
Well, I don't know. You don't know.
Interacting, because they would say, I mean, I think they had like stormtroopers. I think there's pre-programmed responses to some extent in Mater's voice and Lightning McQueen's voice, but it was definitely more personal.
Yeah.
More of a,
I thought it was cool.
Right. And even when they were driving away, because they drive away towards San Fran Tokyo.
We followed them out the one day because we were heading that way. They were
going, yep, excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Don't mind me, the whole way out.
So San Fran Tokyo, while it's not a huge part of the park and there are no rides, it is a cornucopia of food.
Yeah, it's like drink. Food central.
We ate there a couple of times when we were bouncing back and forth between the parks. The smells, and so we were there once during the day and once in the evening. The way it was all lit up at night was really nice. Just a fantastic area.
Oh yeah,
a great space.
The bakery tour is supposed to be wonderful.
Yes, we did not do it, but that was supposed to be
I almost did buy a loaf of sourdough, but I'm like, how am I going to eat an entire loaf of sourdough?
While we're in a hotel room.
I don't eat if it does look like Baymax.
There's all these other things to eat. Let's try those.
Yeah. So we had the Mexican food there, which was very tasty.
Very, very tasty.
You had the tacos, or I had the tacos, and
it's like mountains of outdoor seating, first come, first serve. Really a very communal,
like food
feeling.
Court-y,
yeah, but
nicer. Outdoors,
yeah.
Nicer.
And
Rita's Blenders had an excellent margarita.
Yeah, very good time. Very good time in San Fran Tokyo.
Yep. Then when you leave San Fran Tokyo, right there, you kind of walk right into the old California Napa area, but right around the corner, you kind of head into Pixar Pier and that whole Paradise Gardens, which is right there. And then you got Pixar Pier a little bit off to your left. And that's where you see the big death wheel.
Yeah, so that's the part of the park. There's an exceptionally large Ferris wheel.
With Mickey's, it's the icon. It's what everybody sees in the pictures.
Yeah.
It's always there, lit up, gorgeous.
Really, really.
We were going to do it.
Marvel. Yeah.
But the line went like to an hour all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, it was like an hour long. And then that's also where Coaster is.
Yes.
Which we did not do. It's a launch style coaster. Those kind of.
It's a launch style coaster. It has one swoop.
But I think the first time we were there,
it was closed. Day they're walking it.
They were walking people off.
Yeah, and then I think that's what kind of turned you off to the next time we were there. But yeah, it looks. I think it looks worse than it is.
Yeah,
because it only has one big circle in the middle. It's the Incredicoaster. It's themed after The Incredibles.
Yeah, the one loop the loop, which you can very, very clearly see.
Right. It's like right behind the wheels.
It's right behind the wheel, but you can also very clearly see it across the lake. When you roll into it, you really slow down as you're going up, and like right at the top, it's like almost comes to a complete stop before. Yeah.
And a couple parts are covered, so like you go through little tunnels and stuff. So,
lots of screaming, joyful screaming, of course. But yeah, lots of screaming. But what was really trippy about the Ferris wheel and the Incredicoaster was when it was used in the World of Color show.
Oh, when it's the backdrop for World of Color.
Yeah. We decided early on that we were going to do the dessert package, which was like more treats than we could possibly eat. We were seated at another table with two other folks who coincidentally were from Brooklyn.
Right.
What are the odds of that? And the show itself was amazing, but the way they integrated the structures of the Ferris wheel and the roller coaster in the show was really something amazing. I was just blown away.
It's really a music fountain light show. Like, so you got the water and then the projections on the water and a song going with it.
Yeah, and I think the first time we ever saw projections on water was probably about 10 years ago now at this point.
And I think it was at Universal.
Yeah. And it's gotten so much better.
Oh, yeah.
Because not only are they throwing a projection on the water, they've just gotten very, very good at creating a wall that's solid enough that you can actually throw an image onto, and they're coloring it at the same time. I found so many parts of the show to be fascinating. And quite beautiful.
Yes. Yeah, and very enjoyable. I mean, the dessert party was completely worth it for, yes, the close-up and personal view of the event, but more than enough dessert. I mean, we had twice as much dessert as the four of us needed, more or less the two of us needed.
And the beverages were great, and we got to sit on our butt.
We got to sit on our butt in a nice comfy chair. I had 2 glasses of Prosecco. It was fabulous.
Yeah, it was well worth it.
Yeah. Definitely something I would recommend if I was...
Sure, if
World of Color was on my list of must-dos and you wanted a good shot, I would recommend the dessert party.
Absolutely. But I mean, the real trip about being at DCA when we went down there in January was the whole Lunar New Year celebration. So there were special drink offerings and special things to eat all around the park. They had this great passport you could sign up for, and you could go to the various booths and they would check off your passport. What I liked about all of the booths is you could quick order.
Yeah.
You could order on the fly while you were walking through the park. And if the line was exceptionally long, you could always bang it and then double back and
pick it up
and pick it up. And the food we sampled was fantastic. There was that wonderful meet and greet.
Oh, with Goof.
Yeah.
The Goofy. All dressed up in his Chinese New Year garb.
Oh my.
And he was fabulous. It's
yeah,
Goofy.
Yeah. The cast member themselves was very animated, very patient. But then there was the parade.
Yeah. Now it was the year of the snake, so they have that strewn through everything for the Lunar New Year. But the parade is based on Mulan, obviously for logical reasons, but just beautifully done. The fan dancers were amazing.
The acrobatics
were amazing.
The color,
mm-hmm.
The color. Where we were in the park, there really wasn't a bad place to stand. I didn't feel crowded at all. The performers were right in front of you, and it was just gorgeous to behold. And it was for me, it was like one of the highlights of our trip there.
And where I knew a parade was going to happen that time of night, we had lost track of time. We were having a good time. We're enjoying ourselves. And then we see cast members putting ropes up, and we realize it's like 5 minutes to the parade. And we were just in the right spot.
Yeah, we were like right
time.
We were right there.
It was just fabulous. I mean,
and it was very interesting because you can hear the parade basically snakes through roughly, I would say, 1/8 of a mile route.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But what was nice about it was they were moving the sound reinforcement as the parade came through, as if everything was timed to the specific events as they were coming through. Very well done and very enjoyable. So you got the full impact of that particular act as it came by.
Right. And, for the most part, it was the characters from Mulan, Mushu, with the Fab Five at the end.
Great costumes.
Just absolutely gorgeous. Just the work. And some of the specialty booths for gift items were wonderful as well.
Yeah, I think they really excelled at creating a very memorable season. I would put it up there, sort of like on the same plane as Food and Wine at Epcot.
Yeah.
Really, really so well done. Very well done.
Yeah, so the parade actually goes all the way from Hollywoodland, all the way down the main drag and everything else past, and then exits into Paradise Gardens. So it's quite a long track, so you can catch it from almost anywhere. And what the passport does is it allows you to buy a certain amount of food. I can't remember what it was right off the top of my head. But what was nice about it is you could walk up to the first booth, and even if they didn't have that food there, you could order it there. You could order all the food you wanted for the day off the passport and pay for it in the first booth, and then just go and pick it up
as
everywhere
you
else as you went.
Yeah.
And I believe they do the same thing. They do have a Food and Wine festival of their own in the fall, and I believe they have the same kind of passport system.
It was a fantastic party.
It was great. It was wonderful to be there for it, and I was glad that that's what we hit when we went.
Yeah, and so if you do have kiddies in the party, or you're going with your grandkids, there's so much to do down the back end of the park that's just ride oriented for the kids. There's a lot of stuff. Whereas it's at the Paradise Gardens Park, there were so many fun rides there.
Oh yeah, you had Ariel, which is a fun indoor dark ride. Yeah, it's where you have the Goofy Sky School, or is that the small kiddie roller coasters?
There's the symphony swings, which is, as they're going around, they're making music. Yeah, Goofy's Sky School, the Little Mermaid, Ariel's Undersea Adventure is over there as well.
And Paradise Gardens kind of just, when you go through all of this, she wraps around and goes in the back end of Pixar Pier, where you pick up the emotional dervish something. It's the spinny thing, like Dumbo, but based on the emotional. Why can't I think of that movie?
I'm not sure.
Anyway,
I'm going to figure it out for you though.
And then the most important ride while we were there, Toy Story Mania.
Toy Story Mania was a lot of fun. I finally lost. I
was curious if you remembered the fact that I won. I've never won. I never win.
Remember the fact that you won?
I took a picture of it. That's how I remembered.
I dwell on it every day.
Yeah, and I beat our daughter the last time I was at Walt Disney World with it too. True. So maybe I'm finally getting better.
You're getting the hang of it.
But I love outside of it. You have a carnival barker. Come on in and play this game. Kind of carnival barker, but it's Mr. Potato Head. And
the one area of the park that we really didn't do much exploring in was the whole Grizzly Peak area.
Well, the main ride was closed.
Because
it's January in water.
Right, and they were doing refurb on it. But it's a wonderful area.
Oh, shade.
Lots of shade. That one store we stopped in,
right across from Soarin'. Yeah,
right, and there's a fast food.
Fire jumpers.
Yeah, walk up place. That. Interesting area. Walk through trails for the kids. Burn off a little energy. Neat. It was a very, very cool area, and it's sort of as you go around all the way to the back, it goes right up against you're just going to leave me hanging here, aren't you?
Because I'm not sure what you're trying to say.
Oh, the resort that's there.
Oh, this one here, Disney's California.
Disney's
Grand California Resort.
California Resort.
That has its own special entrance and or exit from DCA into the hotel, its own security line. At this point, Pixar Pier Hotel also has its own entrance and exit into DCA and its own security line. Disney's California dumps you right into the middle of the park into Grizzly Peak, and Pixar Pier hotel dumps you into Pixar Pier.
Yeah, and I'll say this about the entrances. So we went to both the hotels just to view the lobbies. Fantastic theming. Pixar Place was,
It's adorable.
oh my God.
It's adorable. And it was
So
so
much
ugly
fun.
before.
And the pool deck outside.
Oh, the fireplaces.
Yeah,
The
and
fire pits have like Anger's face on it and Jack's. It just they're so cool.
while we were there, what was that character that was in
Bing
the
Bong.
Bing Bong? Bing Bong was
From
in
the
the
same
lobby.
from the same movie that I can't think of the name of.
Was in the lobby, hamming it up, playing hide and seek with some of the kids. Oh, that was
that one kid in the stroll. He was so
hysterical.
cute. We were watching him from the second floor, so
Yeah.
we didn't look like creepers.
There's a great rotunda. The artwork as we wove our way through, it's all, Pixar's theme, but gorgeous models that were used to make some of the films. They have lots of rooms on the second floor that are dedicated to special events, drawing classes and the like.
Yeah.
For the folks who are staying there. I will say this, coming back from the hotel and going back into the parks, that security line was so much nicer than the main security line that we were going into and out of every day. Just far fewer people. But I guess that's one of the perks of
staying on property.
Right.
Because at this point, each hotel almost has their own security line.
Yep.
Almost. So you've got Pixar Pier has their own entrance. Grand California has their own entrance. There's a main entrance into downtown Disney that's from the Disneyland Hotel, but that is also from the 2 parking garages. So that one's a much bigger like the other side. But I mean, coming in and out of Grand Californian, you either could go into downtown Disney directly, like at the midpoint almost.
At the midpoint.
And then into the park. Because of all the hotels, we visited that one most frequently. But Pixar Pier was wonderful. It's probably like a 10-minute walk to the park itself. Grand Californian, it's a 3-minute walk into the park.
Oh, if that.
It's like you're from the bottom lobby, you turn left out the door into the park.
We spent a lot of time at the Grand Californian because I love the architecture. Just phenomenal job done throughout. All the finishes, all the wood. It basically looks like a gigantic rustic California lodge.
Little craftsman.
Yep. Theme
going. Oh, the furniture was amazing.
But there was the great character breakfast that we had there, and then we had 2 other meals there. Well, we had drinks and nachos the one night.
Right, when we couldn't find food that we wanted to go to in the park, we went in search of.
Yeah, and that was, the Grand Californian sort of became our go-to if we were if we were stuck for something to eat or drink.
So that one night when it was late. I almost want to say it was after World of Color because it was late. So things were closing up and we were hungry. So we went to the Hearthstone Lounge, which is right in the lobby.
Yep.
Great, gorgeous place, wonderful drinks. We got a pizza and our fallback of charcuterie, cheese and charcuterie, and way more food than we could have eaten. We ended up bringing most of it back to the hotel with us.
Yeah, we had lots of snacks the following day.
Which was
no
wonderful.
Shortage of food on this trip at all, folks.
No.
But I just found the staff there to be very pleasant. Every place we ate, the food was fantastic. The character breakfast.
Oh, the character breakfast was absolutely wonderful. And
it's not the first one we've done.
It was a brunch.
It was a brunch. It's not the first one we've done.
No. And Storyteller's Cafe is what we're talking about.
Right. And we've done a couple of them. This would definitely be probably the best one that we were at, both food wise and cast member wise. I'm trying to remember what you told Dale about Chip, right? Yeah, the reaction was priceless. So we'll just say this that Roxy, our comfort dog, has a toy currently on the mend. But it's a chipmunk with a squeaky ball inside, and we call it Chip. So I just let on to Chip that he was one of our dog's favorite chew toys. His reaction was priceless.
Yeah. Dale got a kick out of it, though.
Very, very much fun. Yeah, a great
Food was excellent.
Yeah, the food was fantastic. A great time. The decor in that room was phenomenal.
There's not an ugly room in that hotel.
I don't think. I really wanted to stay there until somebody told me how much it was going to cost for staying there for the entire week.
It is their super uber deluxe hotel.
Yeah.
And
you're not going to
find
got
a spa.
Yeah, you're not going to find a room
gorgeous,
for less than $800.
Yeah, it's got a gorgeous pool that we ate a beautiful meal next to at the Craftsman Bar, Grand Californian Craftsman Bar, which is basically the pool bar. That was the first time we realized we did not bring the appropriate clothing.
Yeah, it was a little chilly.
Very chilly, but we were not alone.
No, we weren't. There were a lot of people there.
And they were passing out blankets and moving heaters. So like when one couple left a table so that heater wasn't needed anymore because we ate late again. We eat late often. They moved the heater close to us. So they had like these roving tall heaters to keep people warm.
But like we were saying earlier,
right on top of it.
This never being a problem, just being an opportunity. I don't know if somebody actually asked a particular patron if they were cold, but all of a sudden out came the blankets, and you could tell, and that was a big party. That was like a party of 9,
right? And they just put the blankets over like these 3 women, and just like it's big old blanket just
having
came out.
Having a very, very good time. Yeah, beautiful hotel. Definitely on my bucket list of
places I want
to stay the next time we go down there.
Yeah, I could see it just hanging out in Hearthstone for way too long.
Yeah. But just, overall impression of Disney California Adventure, fantastic park. Was it better than Disneyland? In my mind, yes, in some ways, no, in other ways.
Right.
I really enjoyed myself there, more so than I thought I would.
Mm-hmm.
And
because I think for a long time, it kind of had this reputation of being the other park. Not like a park in itself with its own character and its own thing to do. It's just like, and if you have time, you go to the other park. And I think it's grown into itself and has its own spirit and life that is interesting and fun to be at.
Yeah, but again, theming wise, Cars Land was over the top and really beautiful at night. And that was one of the things that we had heard from 2 of the reviewers. One of them had actually gone around doing a mad dash throughout DCA with a video camera just to try to capture all the lighting effects. Really pretty as it gets from dusk to night. Park.
Yeah. And these parks stay open till midnight and 11. So you can enjoy them at night, no matter what time of year it is. In January, but 6:30, we were enjoying them at night. But we could, you can stay there. They don't close early. The only other thing we can totally recommend doing is Lamplight Lounge.
Phenomenal meal. The theming inside the restaurant is great. The coasters were fun. The service was fantastic. Again, so the table that we were seated next to, there were 2 women at the table. One of their meals did not come out on time. Then when it did come out, it wasn't to the woman's liking. And the way the staff just, rallied around and got everything squared away and made sure that they were having an enjoyable time despite the hiccup was encouraging. It's the way they train their folks. They're there to make sure that you have a good time. We didn't have a drink at the bar, but there is a bar.
There's a bar upstairs. There's a bar outside that you can just walk up to. Lamplight Lounge, you need a reservation for.
Because there's tables downstairs, and then upstairs is the bar. There's more tables, and then the
that's more like loungy bar.
Yeah, there's a big open windowed area that overlooks the.
And then there's a whole
pier.
Outdoor seating area too. Yep. And we were there for brunch, which is a slightly smaller menu but delicious food.
Oh my god!
The donuts are excellent. I got the French toast that was so good. The whole theming is Lamplight Lounge. the Pixar lamp. That's the theming and all of the Pixar artwork. So all the walls are actual artwork from the Pixar movies.
Right. And I expected it to be very cartoonish and very colorful. And I'm not saying it wasn't colorful, it was, but it was kind of muted. The displays themselves were fabulous. There was no shortage of things to take in while we were there. Just really, really, really well done. And like we said, great food, really tasty beverages. Definitely one of the highlights of the trip.
Yeah, definitely one of the highlights of the trip. The only other thing that, well, I think we need to talk about that we did is we did visit the Disneyland Hotel itself, which is pretty and it has just gotten redone. You can tell it's the OG, that it's been there for 70 years, just from the style of the building.
Yeah, it's got a 50s, 60s flair in the outdoor area as you're walking in towards it. But there's this really, really neat place that's there.
Well, it's the original. It's Trader Sam's.
Yeah, it's Trader Sam's.
So Trader Sam's is at the Disneyland Hotel. If you've been or tried to get into Trader Sam's in Orlando, you know it's a walk-up list. You're waiting online for an hour or you're coming back 3 hours, and most people never get in the door. Trader Sam's in Disneyland is an advanced dining reservation.
Yeah, it's a smaller place. The theming inside was fantastic.
The theming inside is like the one in Orlando, but you can end up with an advanced dining reservation and end up seating outside.
Yeah.
So the only way you see this theming is by going to the bathroom. And if that happens to you, go to the bathroom.
Yep.
But it has all the great jokes from the original, where if you order this drink, the volcanoes in the pictures go off and the lights all flicker.
It rained at one point. That was kind of cool.
The bartenders all have squirt bottles, so it's raining and it's raining on everybody.
I just wish that the only downside to our visit there, because we really did have a good time, and the cocktails were excellent and the food was really good. The only downside was we were literally about 6 feet away from the door.
Right.
And it was nice and dark inside and nice and bright outside.
So every time the door opened, Rob was blinded.
Blinded, and you could feel the air just move out the door.
And I was hoping we were going to sit at the bar and Rob would get one of the magic seats, because like every third bar stool has a pneumatic system, so it slowly lowers when you sit on it, and low enough or slow enough where at first you don't recognize it, and then all of a sudden you're literally
going on.
Lower than the bar. Because the first time I was there, I sat in one of those, and then all of a sudden I'm like staring at the bar, like the top of the bar is at my forehead, and I'm like, this isn't right. How am I supposed to eat like this? And the bartender's like, oh, just bang on it. He bangs on the thing, and boop, back up again.
So just like the Craftsman and the Lamplight, Trader Sam's was one of the destinations that we really wanted to hit while we were there.
Right.
And it was a tremendous amount of fun.
Yep. So, and it's a great little hotel. Now it's got villas too, so you can get a full kitchen set up there too.
Yeah, and we didn't wander around that lobby. We wandered around the grounds.
Yeah,
the grounds were very beautiful.
The grounds are beautiful, and that has because it's got all those different buildings. I wasn't even sure where the lobby was.
Yeah, they apparently do a lot of weddings over near that hotel, because there was a large expanse of lawn.
And the gazebo.
And plenty of area for seating outdoors. The paths were very well maintained. The photos that we saw of the rooms and the lobby, they put their money where their mouth was, and they really did a nice job refurbing the place. And the reviews that it's gotten have been positive. But again, it's a pricey stay.
Yeah.
I forget what the rooms were when we looked at them, but they were in
6 something. Pixar Pier is their moderate, and they're the same price as an Orlando cheap deluxe. It's just more money.
That was, going in when we were planning the trip, that was the one thing that did surprise me, because I always remember the rooms in Orlando being at a certain price point and affordable, even for some of their mid-price resorts.
Right.
And then, we go to book the trip out to California, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, this is a bump up.
It's a bump up. Yeah, and in some ways it's less expensive. In some ways it's more. We did spend a week, just like we do when we go down to Florida, since we're traveling either way. We took a day off, just like we always recommend. Not as needed in California as it is in Florida.
No, not as needed.
And I think part of that's the heat in Florida. Part of it is the fact that it's so much bigger that you're walking 20 miles a day in Florida, though we still walk 20 miles a day.
But we did have a nice jaunt. We had a nice jaunt down to the center of Anaheim, or downtown Anaheim.
The meatpacking district.
The meatpacking district. There are a number of...
or the fruit packing...
No, fruit.
The packing district.
That's what the name of the building is. The packing district.
Yeah.
There's a building there that has this gigantic food court, all these different places to eat and drink.
Shops
as well. One of my favorite breweries has a location there, so we had to go and check that out. That was a lot of fun.
That's a priority for Rob and I. You'll if you keep following along with us, you'll see that we often find brew pubs off the beaten path.
I like me a good brew pub. But the real trip for the train heads, we're walking down this one avenue. And
we walked.
We walked.
A 20-minute walk.
Yeah. It was like, we'll take the car back. We'll call an Uber. But we walked down, and that was a good stretch of the legs.
Yes. John Wayne would put it. Yes.
1.4 miles, something like that. Yeah, we were moving. Well, we were walking down this one avenue, and there's a train track in the middle of it. And I'm like, really?
And it looked, and I'm like, oh, it must be a dead train. Just you haven't taken it out. But then I look at it and going,
this intersection.
No, you can see that it's worn, that it's used.
Yeah, it's nice and bright and shiny. The things definitely roll over this. And then we get down to this one intersection, and there's a work crew there. They've got cones and orange fencing and all kinds of stuff set up, and they're jackhammering a railroad signal out of the ground, either replacing it or just getting rid of it. We couldn't tell. But then the next thing I know, I hear this ding, 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 and here comes this locomotive traveling at 5 miles an hour.
A freight train.
Pulling like 6, 7 cars, going right up the middle of the avenue.
Well, no, off to one side.
Where do you see this?
And then I'm like, okay, this is strange. And like, what do the cars do? Well, they don't do anything. They just keep driving.
Yeah.
Because they just drive like it was another car on the road. Yeah. He's got the right-hand shoulder. You stay in the left lane, and then the other people are in the other lane.
It was really...
they just kept going down.
It was really a trip.
Yeah.
But it was a lovely little area. We were there, I want to say we went downtown on a Thursday. Or maybe it was a Wednesday. So it wasn't crowded at all. But they had all these places where you could get food, where you could get alcohol, communal seating outside, lots of plantings. They went through a great effort to make the place attractive and inviting, and I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, very much so. It was a nice little respite from the whole week.
Great interaction with that dude at the ice cream counter.
Oh yeah, that was good ice cream too.
Yeah,
yeah, because he was also from New York.
Yeah, he was from New York, and this was 2 weeks before the Super Bowl.
Oh, right.
He's
so we're
sporting
Buffalo
the Eagles.
Eagles thing, and he's
Buffalo. Sporting the Eagles jersey.
Yeah,
and and then we find out that he's a passionate Philadelphia Eagles fan. I don't know a Philadelphia Eagles fan who's not passionate. That was a good exchange with him. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was just really, it was a great vacation, and we're not going to get into it now. Maybe some day down the road when we'll compare it to something else. But we did spend a day at Universal Hollywood, which was okay. It was an okay day. We were not impressed.
I would rate it a less than.
Yeah, that was definitely a less than day for him.
Yeah.
Especially, we hadn't seen Epic yet, but comparing it to the resort in Florida, it needs a rehab. It needs a lot of work. It needs to be lifted back up.
But we're not going to talk about that.
But yeah, there we go. Anyway, I think I've got nothing else to add. Well, I have one question for you.
You have a question for me?
Yes, because this is your first time, dearest, my dearest darling. Do you want to go back?
To Disneyland?
Yes, dear.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Is it better?
It's different. It's different. I have my favorite. was more than I expected it to be. Let's put it that way. I didn't think it was going to be as much of a home run as it was.
I find it more...
And now I'm kind of torn because I have my favorites in Florida, but now I have my favorites in California.
I find California more intimate in some ways, more... I don't want to say welcoming because Orlando is too, but just more intimate, more friendly. Just I feel a little more comfortable there, like I'm supposed to be there, like I'm visiting an aunt I haven't seen in a while or something like that. I don't know. It's just a little more comforting.
I think that's just from your point.
Oh no,
your
really?
Perspective.
This is my perspective. Where Orlando is this big, brash, fun place. I don't know. That's my opinion, but I love them both. But Disneyland was my first park.
Yeah, and you're entitled to your opinion.
You know, and that's why Universal Studios Hollywood kind of was bothersome to me because my memories of there, my nostalgia of there, was great, which is why I wanted to bring you there so badly. And then I was like, wah, wah, wah. But there you go. Sometimes that happens. Okay. So, folks, I think that's it for today.
I hope so.
He's tired now.
My butt's falling asleep.
We have to get him a better chair.
Maybe we got to stand.
We can stand.
We'll try that next time.
You can use your desk.
Well, so this is Rob.
And I'm Meg.
And we're two gray mice. Take care. Talk to you soon.
We're getting pretty good at that. Thank you for spending time with us today. Please like and subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. For all your travel needs, please reach out to Meg, megandthemouse.com. Have a magical week.